Let's get started. I still haven't got DM saved for this. We'll watch the intro still. Even though it's not as good as the other one. In my opinion.
I'm gonna recover!
I'm gonna recover! You and your Naruto, I swear to God, Beast. Dun dun! I will hurt you? What? Well, that's a little rude. Why will you hurt me? I've done nothing wrong. At least today. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. That was a different day. For now, bringing back TLDR. No. That's not happening. You can threaten me all you want, but keep in mind, the more threats you have,
just in the nick of time.
the worse it gets for you in hell.
Lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Overreacted?
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
What is touching people?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms.
Are we touching
It
people
was either accept it
appropriately
for what
with
it was,
consent?
or come undone. Before long,
I also
it
bought
was just
chips
part of
because
my everyday
it's a
reality.
relaxing
I
RPG
think I
Saturday,
even forgot there was
and I
another way to live.
wanted chips
Which isn't to say
and
I didn't
salsa
feel alone.
or cheese
I did.
sauce.
Always.
We got the little
So
scoop
numb
ones
to
too.
your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that.
And I promise you'll
Maybe
not
it'll
keep.
be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
I won't ask twice! Shut up and follow me!
Oh, that's too shut up and follow me. No. Follow for follow does not work.
Ah, what the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
I've never heard of that
yeah,
concept.
but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
I wonder if there's owls
Staying
up
alert
here.
is important. but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
So many cutscenes.
Yeah. Our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crowned Continent, but also the form of our own planet.
You alright, Beast?
Go, Halim.
I heard a scream.
Okay.
Did you trip on something in the penthouse?
Here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
You trip on the penthouse
That beam of
floor?
light joining Dana and Rena.
You fall off the balcony?
It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld?
Wait, he's not
To
DMing you?
reawaken the Wedge and Lanigus?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm.
No TLDR.
With so
Wow,
many
you're
factors
really
we
on
don't
about this, aren't you?
understand, Dwelling on it won't get us anywhere.
This is actually enjoyable.
What is it?
No,
Torturing
it's just
you. Instead of
Zephyr
the
has told
other
me the
way.
same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Alright.
Now,
And now.
this world shall know
No
pain.
pain. Alright.
And now, this world shall know pain.
Pain. But will I? Will I know what pain is? Will this world know pain? I think this world already knows a lot of pain. It's all about slavery and whatnot. Okay. What was it, push?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that?
It's one of those alien creatures.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
Oh boy.
It doesn't look like it can move.
Can it talk?
Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
Was that a I can't read Morse
That is
code.
correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
Oh, okay.
It can talk.
Hevrecht 35.
Hevrecht 35. Is that your name?
That was loud.
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We were sent here.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you
Right?
saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. However, you aren't under attack. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance to take it out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I'm glad you're having fun, Beast Slayer, as we're going through some lore.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helgen.
Go, boy! Let's go, boy! That's what we do, son!
The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasal, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer
Vegeta,
exists here.
have finally
Since my
become
sudden
the
separation from
legendary
great
Super
spirit's
Saiyan!
influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct.
A-part tip redact.
Is a large
What?
mass of
A-part
astral
tip
energy that
redact.
fills
Scavern.
all
What are you
of
I
Rena
have my ways.
with one
Rapper
purpose
did
only.
Scavern.
A voice
Kashmirga.
we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait,
But he's
back
dead
up.
now.
You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying.
No.
The whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but
Let's assume that what Hevrek 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic.
No.
The voice of Dana
No.
is compared to that of Rena's Great Spirit.
I'm not opening it up.
Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will.
If you don't
Our findings here
open, it's
indicate
fine.
as much.
Okay.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest.
John
Had the initial spirit some 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
Oh.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the
Break
real
down
purpose
doors.
behind the crown contest.
You'll have trouble breaking down this
An
door,
efficient
trust me.
means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether
And
you
his
would be
name
likely
is
to
John
accept
Cena!
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
What?
I'm
Nani?
sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
Nani?
No. Which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
6.
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Sorry for ear rape, Sonic. No problem. It's not like we were just listening to lore for the entire... It's not like you ruined about 20 minutes of lore for anyone else that was watching. You have to apologize to them, Beast. Condition, lots of... And yes, I will put those sins on your tab.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
I wasn't able to follow because I couldn't
very
hear it
least,
over the ear rape.
Everything is said about the Renan Great Spirit.
I'm joking, Beast.
At the end
Don't
of the
worry
day,
about it.
This whole
I don't know
chain
what
of
you're talking
events
about,
comes
sir.
back to
Okay.
astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world
Wow,
or what
okay.
its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is
love
one
you,
other thing that
Beast.
concerns me.
We go cry in the corner.
How the
Okay.
Great Spirit,
Just don't take the dark
Helganquil,
corner.
And the crown contest are all part
It's
of
a dangerous dark
centuries-long
corner.
plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrecht 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or
Bye.
perhaps there's
Alright,
even
bye,
more
Beast.
going
Thanks
on.
for stopping by.
Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
power level? Wow, okay, see. I said bye and thank you for stopping by. What was wrong with that one? Wow, okay. What was wrong with that? Ba da ba ba. Ah. Beast, you do know that this stuff goes on YouTube, right? Like, I clip this, I make 30-second VODs of this. They said cry, and he was like, oh yeah, crying is a natural thing, and we have a corner for that. I collect human tears for experiments of various reasons, so... I did tell you not to cry in the dark corner, because that's a dangerous corner to cry in. You can cry in every other corner, and that's fine with that. We are looking for loot, to be honest. Hi, but also bye. Alright, hi B, bye B.
Who are they?
It's not like I know that it goes on,
What
it goes
is
to
it?
YouTube. You say
Oh,
it does.
My apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you Renan?
Are you a Renan?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you guess so.
The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What?
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Hi, woman.
Have you guys lived up here in Dag Fazel with Hevrect 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegus from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility. But
Beloved, for your entertainment, it's my pleasure to introduce you Hell's latest arrival. Bearded Shaggy, thank you for the follow. Most appreciated, and welcome to RPG Saturday.
As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able
How's your
to
Saturday going?
scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected.
What?
It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegus is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
That is
The
good
Great
questions.
Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ
Welcome to
other
the
means
compound,
manipulate
brother.
his
Welcome to the compound, brother. Much love, dude.
UFOs
Here's your
just didn't
mandatory
affect you
firearm.
Water.
Water.
I think that
Water.
Water.
perceptions.
Water.
Water.
I mean, sure.
Water.
When I first found out about it, it happened so long ago.
Hevrek 35.
Thank you for the
is clearly
hydrate, Jen, and
concealing
welcome.
Itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright.
After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to
Earth.
simply stay here and watch everything unfold
Fire.
instead.
And air.
Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further.
That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Okay, I'm gonna stop eating these chips.
Thank you for answering
Because
my
I think
questions.
I've eaten a good portion of it. So goodbye, chip bag. Throwing you far away so I can't reach you. Yeah. How are you doing today, Shen? How's your Saturday going? Beast has been torturing me for the last hour with ear
Can we
rape.
talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Okay.
Well, for
Oh,
starters,
I was gonna say
where'd
it's
they come
Alpha
from?
and Saxon's in the way. As you can
From
see.
Rena? Wait, are you telling us
Sleepy,
those
so
things
nothing
live
new.
right alongside the Renans
Fair
down
enough,
there?
it's a Saturday.
Of course not. There's really
What
no
about
such
wind?
thing as Renans
called
in the
air.
first place.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Have you never
I
watched
thought the
Avatar,
Overseer
Beast?
explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Nani? Renans and Dens are the same people?
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
Avatar
There
loves
aren't,
twin bitter.
but there are
Toast.
Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for
I should
astral
take
arts and
medication for them.
proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
The
Wait.
fuck?
That explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough. You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything
The
worth
fact that
knowing.
they're the same people is mind-boggling,
I
which
see.
means like
Thanks for filling us
they
in.
made the Renans people, like they changed the Danians into Renans just
Does he really expect
and-
us to believe that
and had
Renans never
them
truly existed?
enslave their own people.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation
That is
smacks us in the
fucked up.
face.
That is fucked up
Then
that
let's
they
hope this is our last
took a
revelation for a
handful
while.
of a race of people, changed them, and then like brainwashed them to think that they're a different